Hi, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much to being supporting and being here with us. If you don't know me, I am Krisztina, and actually I'm recording this video because of there was a huge demand to know about what kind of possible job opportunities we will have with, the outer planets are going to change signs. And I'm talking about over here the Pluto in Aquarius, which have changed sign actually yesterday and November 19, 2024. And we agreed with Lada because of we are both are traveling and because of we both are very busy right now and we have the astrology marathon as well. I'm going to record this and we are going to put that on her website. And on her channel. So what's going on and what am I going to talk about and how did I analyze everything for you? So first of all, if you have any imagination or any ideas, how could it actually change the workforce? Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, and also the North Node going into Pisces as well. I'm going to talk about that as well a little bit. Then please let me know, let us know in the comment section below. So it is a little bit of futuristic because, we're going to talk about right now Pluto as a planet and also the Aquarian themes as well, and also Uranus and Gemini themes as well, and the Pisces and the North Node, what's going on. It's a new mission for the collective. So I'm talking about mundane perspective over here, and I'm going to show you graphics as well. So what I want to show you here, I want to share something with you guys. And this is over here, I think. All right, so share. Okay, here it is. And I actually read a lot of researches because since the first video, a lot of people was asking, to make a video about the movement of the outer planets and influence on human race and career and jobs field. So for example, I'm going to also provide all the articles and researches that I have done over here. So I'm going to put below the articles what I was reading. You can go ahead and read more and do more researches over here. So definitely that is one of them, the V forum, stories about AI and also data science as well. And also the other one is also the V forum and anything about the sustainable climate action, right? And then no-gov movement, that is actually an astrology article over here, what you can read about, and the emerald.com as well, which is also contained, and there is a lot of context about how is it going to change the skills, the technology, the workplace as well. And, it's giving you a lot of insight. And there is also McKinsey.com as well, and he did brought a lot of articles about technology and how is it going to change the whole entire humanity and the workforce. So here it is. First of all, I would like to show you this one, the fastest growing and the fastest declining job over here. So that is a graphic here. So it shows actually the World Economic Forum, like the 10 fastest growing job and the declining job. So for example, the declining one is the bank tellers and any kind of clerk jobs. Also, postal service clerks and cashiers and tickets clerks. Why? You already saw that in multiple stores. CVS doesn't have any cashiers anymore. Everything is either paid with Apple phone, even in Whole Food right now, or you are capable to go and self-checkout, right? All right, anything with data entry as well, administrative work, because it's going to be a lot more and a lot easier, obviously, with AI, right? Secretary jobs are going to slowly disappear. anything to do with material recording and stock keeping clerks. So, for example, bookkeeping and payroll clerk, accounting also going to disappear because it's going to be organized on your computer, and with AI, it's going to be really easy to do your taxes as well. All right. Anything to do with officials and legislators as well. Okay, finance and insurance clerk, guys. And I get surprised over here because in America, insurance is a huge business. And I was like, I have some doubt about here. But in general, Pluto in Aquarius, we are bypassing banking as well. So obviously, there could be some kind of issues with insurance clerk as well. For example, real estate agents as well. It could be actually changed because everything going to be virtual. So you're going to upload everything on, like on computer, and it's gonna show even every little crack on the house and analyze it, and how long does it take to fix it, how much does it take to fix it. And it's going to be actually without bias, and it could be a lot better for the buyers, obviously. All right. So also there could be for example, the door-to-door sales workers, definitely that it's not going to be. And anything to do with maybe even vendors, street vendors as well, because of, also a lot of big companies going to close down. Right now, I have seen like not Hobby Lobby, but the other one, Big Lots, and a lot of big companies are foreclosing, and it's like not foreclosing, but it's ending and it's closing a lot of stores everywhere because Amazon will take over, and not only Amazon but Alibaba as well. And we can check multiple other companies, but it could be actually, I was talking with the new moon in Sagittarius about those kind of influences because they can actually take over the world. And you see, AI and machine learning specialists and sustainability specialists, business intelligence analysis, information security analysis, fintech engineers, data analysis and scientists, robotic engineers, electrotechnology engineers going to be really, really in good position. Agricultural equipment operators. Why do I say that? Because of the way we are actually we're farming, and producing what we eat. It's going to totally become different. And obviously, machines going to take over, but you're still going to need operators. And, we're going to have digital transformation specialists as well. All right, so here is the World Economic Forum. This is the research. That is actually what I was reading about and found the graphic for you guys. Then future jobs and World Economic Forum and the loss of the jobs over here. The future jobs is the green, and the loss of the job is the red over here. We're going to have more loss of job here. 23% of the jobs of today going to change definitely, and there is going to be an increase in losses. All right, and then we're going to see also the top 10 technology adoption, and it's actually showing from 2023 to 2027 the graphics, because of, as I said before, the first 3 years when Pluto is going into Aquarius, when it's increasing, the very beginning of the degrees and the very late degrees is really, really potential, right? Especially 0 and 1 degree, because 1 degree is going to be on the fixed star altar, and 0 degree, it's a new beginning. It's really, really karmic, right? It is the rebirth of humanity over there, and rebirth of technological age as well. And also with Uranus going in Gemini in 2025, July 7th, when it's going to ingress first, and then it's going to draw back end of the year. to Taurus again in detriment, but actually in fall. It's in fall in Taurus. But yes, definitely it's going to change, the careers here. So top 10 technology adoption between 2023 and 27 here. So digital platforms and apps, also educational workplace development technologies. So education going to be totally different. That it's going to be available like more home education. People don't have to commune. And on one way, it will be really good because it's going to also serve the underprivileged countries and children who has to travel, miles to just get to school, and it's very dangerous because Starlink going to be maybe available for free for the whole entire world. Actually, that's what Musk would like to, Elon Musk to do. And yeah, so to be and make it available for everyone and free, obviously. And then also big data analytics and Internet of Things and connected devices. So they're going to connect all kind of platforms and applications, and it's going to be easier to actually work with. So all cloud computing, all right, e-commerce and digital trade, artificial intelligence, anything to do with VR, AI, environmental management technologies, and climate change mitigation technology. It is also found in the World Economic Forum. And the other one is the future jobs, human and machine between. So for example, 2022, machine was 34%, human still 66%. It's a lot of change, since it started. For example, if you compare Pluto in Virgo or Pluto in Libra, we barely had some kind of machine or technology related jobs and careers. And right now in 2022, it went up to 34%. 2027, 43%. And well, it's predicted, but I do believe Pluto in Aquarius is going to actually be a lot faster than it is. And I believe, it might be even 50% or, yeah, 50% at least. All right. So then the training strategies, what we'll need to be done by 2027. So 39% of the job not going to require any training, it's still going to remain, right? And 18% will have to be upskilled by 2027. 12% training needed but not going to be accessible, right, by 2000 until 2027, and 16% will be reskilled and redeployed, put into another job field, all right, by 2027. And then the other 15% training needed, but not accessible for foreseeable future. All right, and then we're going to have another graphic over here. It's the workforce strategies here, right? All right, so what is to survive and what do we need to do to survive? So invest in learning and training on jobs, 82%. Okay, accelerate the automation of processes, 80%. Transition existing stuff from declining to growing roles, 46%. Outsource significant areas of work, 25%. Expand the use of contract work, 24%. All right, guys. So I wanted to show you this, but what is really, really important, I think this is the human vs machine over here, right? And it is also how is it going to, what kind of growth and loss going to be in worldwide as well. we have to actually count the underdeveloped countries in, because the underdeveloped countries not going to change immediately. It's going to be a lot more difficult. They're going to keep the human forces and the human sources actually for a lot longer than, for example, the developed countries, right? The Western countries, because they needed to rely on that because of technology not going to be available, because they're not that rich. The poor countries, they can't afford, for example, high tech, right? So this is why it could be. All right, and I'm going to definitely make sure, I'm not going to share anything else. I'm going to stop sharing over here. Okay, so the other thing what we're going to talk about here, we're going to talk about Pluto, we're going to talk about, for example, Uranus as well, because we have to understand what Uranus rules, what is the co-ruler with Uranus, right? And also what is Pluto in this situation, or Gemini in this whole entire change. So we have to talk about the themes and the archetype to brainstorm, so to come up with possible fields what could change for us. So definitely, and most of the people who watching Lada and me or any astrologer on social media, they know Aquarius rules the 11th house. Aquarius actually ruled by two planets, it's Saturn and Uranus, right? And Uranus, anything to do with technology, anything to do with artificial intelligence, anything to do with renewable energy, right? So careers with AI ethics, tech-driven fields, and virtual reality, governance, and digital, for example, digital democracy is also going to thrive. So we're going to focus on create some kind of system which is going to be at the beginning, we're gonna try the system to be fair for everyone, right? Because we don't want AI to take over. So that's why we're going to need people who are responsible of that, which is like ethical, which is have moral, right? And then the 11th house is also political connection as well, and community assets as well, because it is legislative bodies. It is, anything to do with community connection, anything to do with political influences. It's the court system. It's also intangible assets as well, right? Yes, so it is ruled by the two planets, Saturn and Uranus. And then let's see what about Pluto. Pluto rules the 8th house. Pluto is Hades, and Pluto rules the underworld. Anything to do with transformation, shared resources, and regeneration, anything to do with wealth, big amount of wealth and wealth distribution, financial system, banking. And it could be also, something to do with new currencies as well. If we are checking actually the mundane astrology and the market astrology, Pluto rules actually bankers, mafia, cartel, anything to do with mass money production, anything to do with political extremists, debt, tax, minerals as well, and also secret societies. Also, it rules cocoa and tea bond as well. All right. And, the 8th house itself, it could be foreign debts. It's also insurances as well, insurance policies, credit, debit, mining as well. So banking operation for sure. So, and also it's rules the mortality rate of the countries as well, and loans and what is that interest rate, and also military aggression as well, right? So what else is happening over here? We're going to actually, and because of it's also rules psychology, let me just stop because Cosmo started to bark a little bit, and I don't want you guys to keep listening him. All right, hopefully Cosmo not going to bother us. He decided to bark at the gardeners. So, all right, I'm sorry about that, but hope it was not a big disturbance over here. So yes, so we have to understand what does it do the planet and what does it actually rule in mundane astrology, or if we are checking market analysis as well. Yes, and then we're going to talk about here a little bit about Uranus as well and the Saturnian energy as well, because of the rules Aquarius together. So they the co-ruler here. So Saturn anything to do with management and structures, and also it's undeveloped land. It's also deflation. Neptune is inflation, Saturn is deflation, and also involves and not involves, but actually rules coffee and coffee plantation as well. And then Uranus is anything to do with technology, innovation, anything to do with social unrest, rebellion. It rules actually the electricity and electric grids as well, nuclear energy, and also earthquakes, cryptocurrency, and political agitators. But they are some kind of unconventional political agitators. Anything to do with energy and AI, uranium as well, quantum AI, hydrogen bomb, like nuclear bombs, it's all actually belong from Uranus. And also, like the helicopters, the windmills, and the drones as well, it rules there. So there are going to be some kind of specific career changes because Uranus goes to Gemini and Pluto going to Aquarius. And also, I didn't talk about Gemini over here. Gemini rules the third house. And it is, your community, your neighborhood. It is anything to do with infrastructure and the roads and vehicles as well. So actually, Uranus in Gemini going to bring up a lot more electric vehicles as well. And because it is education and it is a skill-based study, or also it is anything to do with online schooling, there will be available a lot of new platform and a lot of new app. We're going to be able to study and, a lot more people. I'm really, really happy about that because Uranus in Gemini really going to hire the intellect of humanity. And as I told you before, and if you read the books of Kennedy's books, The Real Anthony Fauci and The Secret of Wuhan, there you can actually, the first 35 pages, you already have so much information. Like I was talking about that in my previous videos with someone, the intellect during COVID-19, the IQ decrease. So for example, if somebody was pregnant during that time, the babies were actually born with lower IQ like before, as you compare it before, or also the students are, because of information was a lack of information, and a lot of people were not able to teach their children at home, and the chaos and everything else, it's decreased the intellect. But right now, Uranus going into Gemini. Uranus is the Akashic record. It's the genius within, actually. It's the big brother of Mercury, which is information. And then we are going to be blessed, and there is going to be a lot of Nobel Prize scientists. There is going to be a lot of amazing intelligent people coming up. So we're gonna value education finally, and we're gonna go to the right source for the information. All right, so let's see what kind of possible jobs could come up during this time. So, for example, AI training specialist, it's obvious. Pluto in Aquarius, anything to do with ChatGPT, anything to do with artificial intelligence, any kind of artificial intelligence. They're going to be professionals who are going to be specialized to train other people, train the older generations, because of they are, it's hard. It's really hard actually right now to convert and to learn new technology. It's hard for me as well. Sometimes it makes me mad. I don't think so because I'm old. I think because of I have a Pisces sun and I'm just very impatient with technology and study it, but I know I have to because you have to understand if you don't go with the flow and if you don't change, if you don't implement into your daily routine, your life going to be harder, guys. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to use it, to learn it. Make sure you are using like Shanghai. I don't know. I have here, this little Shanghai stones and pyramids and things like that to actually block the EMF. But definitely, I'm keep studying, and you should as well. So don't be afraid. And definitely it could be so. The AI training specialist also going to ensure ethical outcomes and also minimal biases. This is AI, so it has no feelings, right? No emotions. And for example, when I analyze a chart, right? No matter what, I cannot take off my emotions, uh, even if I try to stay without bias. As a human being, you are not capable to do that. So it's definitely going to actually help to cut, for example, systemic racism and uh, and any kind of social injustice based on race or gender or political view as well, because it's AI and it's just going to see the data and analyzing and going to be more actually reasoning and ethically correct, right? All right, so the future impact of this could be like ensure AI systems are fair and transparent and can be trusted to make decisions that benefit society. It's very important. The other one is the quantum data scientist, right? We're going to have a lot of scientists, as I said, because they are going to analyze quantum algorithms, improve the data processing speeds and accuracy as well, right? So it's going to solve complex problems. That's why we're going to have the bookkeepers going to and the clerk going to lose their jobs slowly. And as I said, it is coming faster in developed countries, not in undeveloped countries. All right. So, what do we need? So, I'm going to say an example over here. A quantum data scientist might use quantum computers to optimize global shipping routes, significantly reducing fuel consumption and cost, right? So, this is also going to help with climate change because we're going to solve problems easier, and it's going to be definitely help not only economically, but also it's going to help for the climate as well. And it could be with quantum data scientists, it could be some kind of new drug discovery as well, or forecasting economic data, where is it going to go? Also, quantum data scientists, quantum AI, Elon already talked about that and has it already, like you are capable to make $300 to $700 a day, actually, as a day trader because of it is helping you to analyze the pattern of cryptos or stocks and something like that. And you can implement that and you're capable to make money. Okay, so then it could be also AI-powered UX designers, so create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces for AI-driven tools, ensuring they cater to human needs and enhance user experiences, okay? It's approachable, it's empathetic. It is going to help, for example, to manage mental health for people and find resources. But as I said before, and I mentioned that many times, we're going to have also the whole entire healthcare going to be based on on computer and technology. You draw your blood just like you do a drip of blood for your, if somebody is diabetic, right? But right now you're going to put that on your computer and it's going to analyze from one drop of blood. You're going to be capable to know everything about yourself. Do you have tendency to have cancer in the next 5 years? How can you prevent that? If you already actually have it, how can you and how are you capable to heal that? Is it something what you want holistic or Western or integrative medicine? It's gonna give you all the doctors, 1 mile, 2 miles away from you, the closer, or or where do you have to buy your foods? Where do you have to order your supplements from? Everything like that. So yes, it's going to actually mapping you out the whole entire um, way you have to approach, for example, even a healing as well. So definitely it's going to be human friendly as well. So user friendly, not human friendly, user friendly. I wanted to say that. And there is another one, for example, digital trust manager, and it could build and maintain public trust in blockchain system by ensuring transparency, security, and ethical practices in decentralized technologies. So a digital trust manager might oversee the development of blockchain-based voting system, ensuring the integrity and anonymity of votes. Why? Building public confidence in the process. So the way we are voting also going to change, right? You're not going to go to the booths anymore. You don't have to. It's also going to be digitalized, right? That we need someone who is overviewing that, who makes sure it's not stolen, it's not, like ensure the ethical part and the moral part of that, and it stays actually not only confidential but also confidential, I would say. Yes. And also it helps with cybersecurity as well, right? Then we're going to have the AR developers, anything to do with augmented reality as well, uh, anything to do with healthcare, education, retails, merging digital experiences with the physical world. I don't know if you guys have seen the Westworld. Westworld, yes. All right. So that was something really amazing. And also the X Machine, if you've seen the movie, this is what I'm talking about. We going to realize there was robots living among us and we didn't know, like perhaps our neighbors are robots. Uh, or even it could be even aliens because we are talking about Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, which is anything to do with also aliens as well. So yes, maybe we will learn about that. There is also other species living, and we thought those are humans. All right. And then there will be content moderators, but it have to be AI driven as well, because we are talking about Uranian energy. So I'm talking about the way AI can take over and why don't we have to be afraid. The point is over here, if you know how to handle AI, if you do the prompts, for example, you know, writing prompts to AI, because a lot of people don't know how to explain something, so it could create an art and be very detailed about that. It could be jobs also. So a lot of people could be like writing prompts as well, for example. And but technology ethics advisor as well, like, for example, ensuring technology benefits society without causing harms, right? So help companies to manage ethical implication, for example, in their process of innovation, changing, as well. So the other thing, what could happen over here, And those kind of advisors also have to overview, every single laws within the companies to make sure the laws are not going to violate human rights, right? Also, there could be blockchain developers, and that's going to happen a lot. Blockchain developers, like they're going to, because definitely we're going to decentralized finances here. And the blockchain developers, it's going to be like peer-to-peer transactions. It's going to be more small banks coming up. There is going to be a lot of crypto millionaires, right? If you saw the prices right now, the Ripple and the Stellar, it's going up. And then I analyzed that today for my husband, and it's still going to go and thrive. And even next year, more so, because there is a beautiful air trine in both. Okay, but there could be like also new cryptocurrency, and we're going to bypass banks. I told you guys about this 2 years ago. We're going to bypass traditional banking. So that's why when I said bank clerks are going to be without jobs and they need to retrain themselves to have some new professions. Yes, because of, we're going to have actually small banks, we're going to loan money peer to peer, and traditional banks is over. So Mr. Chase, it's going to be out. And actually, I checked the centralized bank and the European banks as well. I'm gonna probably make another video with Sama, with the bank system, and then other about crypto. I'm gonna analyze for you guys all the cryptos in general, not month by month, because I already brought it for 2025. It's gonna be out for sales, but I actually going to analyze in general, so you will know how to invest, why to invest, when to change, big increase over there. Okay, all right. So, but then we are going to go to crisis AI operators, because there is going to be a lot of amazing genius kiddos coming up who can actually breaches those kind of cybersecurities. Those are true little IT gangsters. How do you call that? Oh my God, I forget the name. Okay, yes, but I gonna remember. Hackers. Okay. So there is going to be more hackers coming up, and they are going to get into the system. I was laughing because there was a 17 years old and get into actually Elon's Tesla. And then Elon Musk offered him $50,000, only $50,000 to get off from his security system, and to talk to him, and just give up hacking into it. And I was like, oh my God, if you are a billionaire and you have a hacker like that, obviously this one is a genius. If he could get into your security system, why don't you offer him 3 million and working with you, because you can use his brain, his knowledge, but whatever. And many times, guys, actually hackers are used by the FBI and CIA. So they got them and they make them to work for them, because they are giving them not immunity, but they don't imprison them. They're using their knowledge actually multiple times. So yes, so but there is going to be a lot of, like crisis AI operators, because we're going to have definitely emergencies. And those crisis AI operators also going to be like who are responding for natural disasters as well, not just cybersecurities, right? So natural disasters, and like they're going to provide them with the right resources right away, and the hurricane or tornadoes or anything to do with cyclones. And especially right now, because Gemini is air sign, Aquarius is air sign, Pluto over there could be devastating, it could be shaking, right? Um, obviously Pluto also volcano. So they're going to might increase natural disasters. So we need crisis operators, and there will be actually because it's going to actually um, increase the efficiency because it's not human, right? Or it's helping by human, but because of it's also AI and human together, it's going to be better responses as well, and better planning and better analysis. All right, and it's going to have also with allocation during crisis as well. So, digital safety consultant, all right? So, digital safety, because of cyber attacks, because of new organizations, and I was talking about Bitcoin before, and somebody told me I have to show somebody wrote me, why do I talk about Bitcoin could disappear if I don't show the chart? But I mentioned because of, whenever Pluto going to the Bitcoin sun, and Bitcoin actually has a Capricorn sign and Capricorn Jupiter, and when Pluto right now, it was in very, very last degree on Jupiter, Capricornian Jupiter, it's increased like crazy Bitcoin right now, right? But on the other time, when Pluto was on the sun, the natal sun, a lot of Bitcoin got stolen. For example, also Bitcoin millionaires got killed and disappeared. And right now, uh, the progress Jupiter and the progress Sun of Bitcoin went in Aquarius. First, Pluto going to conjunct with progress Jupiter in 3 degrees, and after it's going to conjunct with progress Sun, which is 13 degrees, but it's gonna be later. I'm not necessarily saying it's going to totally disappear on your bank account, but some people, or perhaps a lot of people, because of cyber attacks, because of hackers, might going to lose huge amount of Bitcoin because of that kind of hackers. Yes, it is very possible. So just stay with me and understand the degrees of the progress Bitcoin Sun and Jupiter. So that's why I said, so right now going back to this kind of digital safety consultant, it's obvious we will need more of that because of we don't want to lose. Or, digital safety consultant also, a lot of people lately get those kind of phone calls, like you owe tax and pay this and give me your social security. And they got hacked. They got those scammers like so low. But yes, they are taking away, and there is identity theft. I have a lot of people who've been lost their socials, and they went through like, oh my God, terrible, terrible times. But yes, that's why we need those. And then space exploration engineers. So, like we are going to actually colonize Mars by 2050. Elon also said it, and I always say, okay, just watch The Simpsons because they predict a lot of things. I don't even know if The Simpsons is a predictive. What is that controlling predictive things over there, and who is really behind? But this is crazy. The way they predict everything, it's just crazy, right? But we're going to have more space exploration, and we need engineers for that, right? Because they're going to actually developing habitats, sustaining human lives on Mars, as I said before. Also, we're going to mine in space as well from other planets as well. And we also need those kind of miners or like engineers who are going out of space and going to bring back from Mars something what is precious metals, and we don't have that on Earth. So something to do with like how do you call that, rocket engineering, our space engineering and robotics and environmental science, right? So then we are going to have some kind of devices that we can where, and it's going to focus on health and wellness and on performance. So we already have seen a lot of clothes, but if you put on, actually, it's going to help with your muscles, right? And it's almost like a workout. You just having that clothes on, and it's technology, but you don't really have to work out. It contracts the muscle, so you're losing weight, for example. But they're also going to be more wearable design. You know, those diabetic designs, which you put that on the skin and it's beeping if your sugar level goes down. We're going to have more kind of like medication reminder, AI technological wearable designs on the skin, on our body, actually, which is going to help to decrease actually death because of, it makes you aware if something is happening with your heart, with your sugar level and things like that. It's going to be really personalized. And then we're going to have also digital twin specialists, and what they do, develop digital replicas of real world system, such something like cities and factories to stimulate and solve problems virtually, right? So it's going to actually digitalize that kind of whole entire New York City, and whatever going to happen, and because we're going to have a lot more surveillance camera. And if you were watching the news right now, it's also, there is glasses. When you are walking on the street, you see a face, and your glasses already shows their Facebook page, Instagram, social media account. You already know how they called and their name, if their father died, or a lot of things about that. And it could be very dangerous, but we have those already. So this actually, the surveillance also on the street right now, I saw a lot of people doing TikTok videos in front of the cameras, actually, and it's a light bulb, but obviously it's also recording and surveillance. So there could be, also like connected with those digital cities as well, which is on computer. And if there is a crime, it's lightening up on the computer and sending the right sources, or maybe the police right away could be there. And also it's going to help to cut the, who are they? Oh my God, I forget sometimes words. Um, the criminals. It will help to cut the criminals because it's going to be faster and everything will be seen. Sometimes I feel sorry for our children because, we could do some crazy, stupid things when we were young, and we were not recorded, but those kids unfortunately are constantly recorded, and they can't make mistakes. If they do, then it will have major consequences. So yes, and there could be also some kind of predictive analyst as well, use AI tools to analyze data and forecast technological trends, helping companies and governments stay ahead of market, and to shift if it's necessary. Yes, they're going to use the AI algorithm. And we might going to be able also to hire people like that, and they help us with our YouTube channel growing, things like that, because it will be really, really big demand, right? The technological shift actually is going to be major here. Um, and cybersecurity forensic expert. Why? Because of, as I said, they also going to digitalize the cities, right? And it's going to be a maquette on the computer system, and it's going to help actually to get the bad guys quicker. But forensic expert also, we're going to be capable. If you find a skeleton from the 1500s or 1400s, they're going to be capable to say it was killed or, raped or whatever, because we're going to have a lot of forensic experts right now. And definitely there will be amazing change with crime and technology, how we're going to solve crises. So that's good, actually, because if there is innocent people and some innocent are in prison, then wrongfully there, then obviously, but there is so many out there who never been caught, and right now we can find connection with that. Okay, then we're going to have also like technology-based hmm, virtual citizenship designer, but that is something else. That is again what I'm talking about, the X machine and the best word as well, because of you just going to be citizen for another country, but it's only going to be virtually. So you're going to have some kind of digital community and where you are capable to vote for things. And it's going to be virtual countries or cities built up, and it's almost like living in a matrix somehow here. All right. Sustainable tech innovators as well. So they're going to create eco-friendly technological solutions that reduce weight and conserve resources and combat climate change. Environmental engineering, sustainable designs, that's what you need to be skilled for this, and renewable energy technology as well. Like they're going to ensure the water is clean and accessible for everyone on the earth, for example. There is going to be also, they're going to develop some kind of AI-powered water purification, and hopefully they're going to be able to do that right now with the ocean water as well, to actually, like create drinking water, reduce the salt or totally take the salt out, and creating something with AI to purify the ocean water to be drinkable. All right, and what else could come up over here? And if you know anything, if you can think of anything, because I really did a lot of research and I made a lot of notes, but if you have any other idea, for example, med beds, definitely going to be there. Flying cars, drones. It's drones actually, but absolutely it's gonna be out there. And somebody has to plan that and teach people how to do it. Or somebody has to, to make sure there is no accident in the air also, and with airplanes. So definitely there is going to be a lot of, but we have to stay between ethical boundaries as well and socially responsible, the way we are actually shaping the future with AI. And we have to be top of everything and stay on top, because I'm telling you, if not, then it could be a big poop around. But all right, so the other thing is, Uranus and Aquarius ruled by Uranus, so anything to do with hydrogen power engineering, for example, it could be something to do with water fluid cars, for example, and it's going to have, for example, zero emission. So the transportation system is going to be hydrogen powered, and it's going to change. So the skills what they're going to need, it's chemical engineering, renewable energy system, material science, okay? All right, and it's going to reduce the dependence on fossil fuels as well. Pluto is fossil, right? Also, actually, Neptune is fossil, but Pluto is mining, right? Scorpio is going under, and because of Scorpio ruled by Pluto and Mars is drilling, so that's why I'm saying it could be something related to fossil as well, but it's going to decrease the dependence on oil, for example. because Uranus also grids and electricity and anything to do with energy as well. That is going to be like we're going to have some kind of right now, because of the hurricane and cyclones and earthquake, we have a lot of electrical power lines up in the air. But because of air, we're going to have Uranus in air sign, Pluto in air sign. We're not going to have that. We're going to go underworld right now, and it's not going to be actually damaged by wind or cyclones or hurricanes or tornadoes. So we're gonna go under with electricity. That's what I see. And that is a new field again, but definitely smart grid as well. So they're going to integrate renewable energy resources, right? And new energy sources. All right. And then we're going to have fusion reactor technicians. All right. So it's assisting the operation and maintenance of nuclear fusion reactors, focusing on safety protocols and energy optimizing. So, all my notes and everything based on Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, and the researches I have done and the readings I have done. So that's why I came up with this list for you guys. How could it and how will it change? So, those people who are going to be the fusion reactor technicians, they need skills in nuclear physics, robotics, and safety as well, obviously, because this is something big. Solar planner integration specialist, right? We're going to use a lot more solar planner, but also with the Tesla batteries as well, somehow we're going to be able to recharge that and not put that on the field, because then it is just another trash on the field which we need to solve later on. So somehow we are going to be capable to renew the solar panels, and for the Tesla cars and any electric cars, the batteries over there. So it's going to be renewable. All right. So then what else? I mean, I'm not going to tell you all the jobs what I was actually writing down for you guys, because it's like over 100. I just going to mention like 50 of them. Geoengineering advisor, right? It's going to evaluate and guide the use of climate modification techniques, such as solar radiation management or carbon sequestration. And you need to be skilled in climate science and environmental policies and risk assessment as well. And it's going to provide emergency solution for mitigating severe climate impacts by promoting sustainable practices. All right, what else is coming up, here? Carbon capture operators. And actually, this is really good because of, it could capture the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide from the atmosphere, and then it could reduce emission as well by 80%. And carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide actually is the carbon dioxide is not made necessarily just only by cars, but the byproduct of the transportation system. But also, if you saw the documentary, I forgot the documentary, but it's about the actually waste of the animals and the farming. And if we are capable to actually reduce this, then we're going to be very happy, and it's gonna be better way of living right now on Earth as well. Okay, so they need to be mechanical engineering and environmental science. They need to be skilled in. Because of the future impact of this going to be like reducing greenhouse gas emissions, right? And actually helping with global warming, with climate change. If we reduce it in 80%, are you kidding me? it could be amazing. All right, also we're going to have offshore energy engineers as well. Uh, anything to do with wind farms. And I told you, Uranus is in Gemini, it's air. So we're going to have an air trine over here. So it's all about wind. We're going to use the wind energy. And we're going to really use that resource and live with that. And then we're going to also have sustainable urban farming. I told you guys, Uranus is high buildings, right? And then we're going to have farming actually on high buildings as well. So and we're going to do a lot of hydroponic farming as well. So, because of the field is depleted. We don't have minerals. We use the minerals, and we are over reproduced, and the Mother Earth is overwhelmed with us, and so we have to think of different ways and how to actually feed that over 8 billion people on Earth. There is also going to be battery recycling managers. Actually, there will be a lot of economy friendly and the kind of field opening up. We're going to become a lot better about ocean cleanup. There is going to be technology actually which is helping to clean the oceans, right, as well. So that this is, we're going to have urban reforestation as well. Because of we're going to know more, and we're going to seek for information and the right information. And because it's a trine, and also we're going to have Saturn and Neptune. Neptune is compassion. Saturn is long term, right? In Aries, in the world axis, also going to conjunct and making this a little mini trine, which is like the mystic eye, which is like a roof above our head, which is a protection, an angelic protection. So with this, actually, also it will help, like eliminate waste from the ocean. Neptune is ocean, right? So definitely it will be there. Yes, urban reforestation and, advocates, definitely. Anything to do with how to use the energy and go green, for example, and we're going to have a lot of advocates for that. So sustainable construction experts, because we're going to have a lot of off-grid living people as well. Pluto in Aquarius is tribal, it's community, it's the power belong from us, from humanity. It's not centralized anymore. Shadow government is out. I'm very surprised because, Capricorn could be the old man, also the privilege who wants to, have the power because Pluto was over there. So there is going to be again a change over here because we're going to decentralize somehow. And there is going to be little villages. I only can actually think about kibbutz in Israel, or actually in Norway and Sweden, they also live in some kind of small communities where they help each others. And there is also a community in Sweden where it's only single mothers, and they help each others and take care of each other's children when they have to work. So those kind of communities going to be actually uh, coming up right now, and definitely there it's going to be like, yeah, decentralizing. I forget what I wanted to say, guys. I don't know why. Yes, but definitely we're going to have more social justice because the power going to belong from us and from the people itself. That it's also going to be specialists who are going to actually um, how do you say that when convert actually waste to renewable energy. So, for example, they're going to create, the farmers going to sell the poops of the animals because it's going to create gas, and they're going to use that to cook or whatever. And actually, in Costa Rica, I've been in a farm in a retreat where we use that kind of gas. All right. Um, and then finance and wealth. Let's say, take a look over here, because Pluto is also finances, right? So we're going to have more cryptocurrency and global tax reform. It's gonna be, right? So as I was reading, it showed a little bit of, you know, a little bit of insight, like maybe we're not going to have personal taxes the next 10 years. Somehow it's going to disappear. Um, and then we're going to have equity advocates, financial equity advocates, and also we're going to have economy advisors as well, crypto specialists, definitely, and we're going to have the global tax reform analyst as well, social wealth fund managers as well, who we're going to use the wealth between people. But as I said, because it's going to be like the power belong from the people and from communities, it's going to be like every community going to have, social wealth managers, or, insurance risk forecasters. But somehow the insurance is also going to change as well. It could be because of the implement AI in our health, longevity going to be more accessible, so we're going to live longer, right? And the insurance actually, and the way we are insured, and health insurance also going to change as well during this time. Okay, and what else? Digital wealth advisors, that is NFTs, definitely, and cryptocurrencies over here. I am part of a group over here in Boca Raton, and actually I'm learning a lot. There it's going to be a lot of new platforms where you can actually have micro investment, anything to do, like Robinhood and those kind of platforms where you can buy the cryptos. It's going to be multiple other platforms coming up, obviously. So yes, there are going to be coaches who are going to help you how to budget your finances, obviously. Yeah. And that it's going to be also generational wealth consultant, but there is actually financial advisor. So that is exactly they're just gonna rename them, or, then everybody going to have just like a tax advisor, or, anything to do with a bookkeeper. It's just going to be a wealth advisor and consultant, obviously. All right. And, then we have to also check Pluto over here with funerals, and Pluto with prosthetic and healing and transformation, because Pluto also is trauma and psychology and detective work. So definitely, as I said, the forensic field going to change, and we're going to be capable to we're gonna have VR therapy specialists. So, for example, they don't have to go to the psychologist. Whoever has PTSD or some kind of, trauma from the past, got raped or things like that, mental health treatment could be like you're just going to put a VR glass on, and, somebody is talking to you over there, and you are solving your problems. And it could be also trauma-informed coaches. And it doesn't have to be VR and AI based. It could be a human actually who is talking to you, but it's going to be more like either holographic or maybe just through a glasses, and you feel close to the person, but but you don't have to go in person in. And anything to do with grief, because Pluto is death, so it could be a grief counselor also through that kind of AI as well. And the funeral is going to change, because Pluto in Aquarius, we actually, what I really, really like about that, uh, you know, I felt the last 16 years like the human body has no respect. And it is not just with, like prostitution and very open-minded with sexuality and this whole entire uh, gender and transgender situation over here. But I'm also talking about the human body has no respect because of the way Carter, for example, killing people and or mafia or whatever it is. Right now, when Pluto is in Aquarius, Aquarius is humanity, humility, right, as well. Not gonna be in Pisces, which is compassion as well. So Pluto over here, it's also death and funeral, and it's more human way to die. So, for example, as I said, there it's going to be like, yes, we can actually, if there is a major disease and we don't want to suffer from cancer or ALS or things like that, there is going to be like, yes, I want to die, and euthanasia kind of situation. And also there is going to be euthanasia specialists, to make sure there is no like a greedy family member who wants to put away, that person who is dying without any, like regret over there. And so it has to be ethical and moral. But neuroscience, anything, I told you guys, ALS, dementia, anything to do with Parkinson as well, going to be healed. And as I don't know if you guys actually read the book from Dr. Wallach, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. But anyway, I worked with him, and he actually had a lot of autopsy in India and multiple places. And he said, mineral deficiency, it's depleted soil, and that's why we have a lot of issues. It's not only the poison in the body because of Roundup and pharmaceuticals, but also mineral deficiency, right? And that's why very good sometimes when they are doing, the fire appears, for example, and the ashes giving, or also the volcanic soil is filled with minerals, ashes filled with minerals. And before we had actually, and we heated our houses with wood, and and we put the ashes in the garden. I mean, our grandparents, and the ashes had a lot of minerals, so our foods was still filled with it, and there was not a lot of obesity and mental illnesses and things like that. But obviously, there is going to be respect of the body. So the way we die, there is going to be humility in it and respect. So I like that kind of situation. We're going to have more respect of the temple of our beings. And also because of Pluto's funeral, Uranus ruled Aquarius, could be anything to do with creating new forest as well, right? So here is the thing. Actually, decreasing carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, right? We were talking about that. It could be also like the funeral going to change. And you might have seen already, like those are the pots, like the tree is coming out. They put the person down in soil, and they just actually plant that tree, and it's actually nurtured by the body itself, right? So this could actually make new forests, and that's going to be cemetery, but actually the tree is going to be the how do you call that, the grave itself, and like like yes, that's what I wanted to say. So that is more respect and more organic way of doing burials, and like make sure we have respect for the body as well. But as I said, also, mental illnesses will be cured. And, there is going to be a lot of holistic life coaches who are helping us with grief. And, North Node going to Pisces also, that's everything about holistic, everything about compassion, everything about mental illness and spiritual health as well. So we're going to foster those. Is this noise? Sorry. All right. So comprehensive healing, integrative healing, very, very important. Neuroscience is going to be like crazy amazing here. Esoteric knowledge will be really, really, really important during this time. Frequency healing, guys. Actually, music and frequency, to listen music, they're going to be able to heal or actually decrease the tumor inside just with frequency as well. But there is going to be a lot more practitioners who are practicing prana or, what is that? Reiki as well. So yes, there is going to be breakthrough for it. Definitely. Digital meditation, it's already a lot of platforms out there, but it could be possible. And, the acupuncture and acupressure also could change. Like you're going to have a designed suit for your body, and, you can program in that because we have 822 Tsubo points, but then it's going to show the Tsubo points. And for example, needle every places where the Tsubo point could be, because it's going to be made for you. It's very personal. And whenever you have some kind of illness, you're going to put that in the computer. Okay, I have backache. Okay, right now I'm working with losing weight, something like that. And you press the button, and if you put that suit on, it's only going to give you acupuncture wherever, with those needles or pressure points. Maybe it's not even needles. Yeah. So just on those points, and just going to program that on the computer, and it's healing you. So the holistic healing also going to change. And we're going to have mental health coaches. We're going to travel to get healed. We're going to go out to nature. We're going to actually earthing, grounding, earthing. If you read about that, Uranus is lightning. Lightning gets into the earth. It's changing the electrons and the frequency. And if you are barefoot over there, 10 minutes a day you are capable to be barefoot out in the grass, it could have healing properties as well. But definitely sound healings and sound healing technicians, energy balancing will be really possible during this time. Mental health data analyst. As I said, there is going to be a stock coming up with all the healthcare data and all the personal data going to be computerized. And, this is going to be actually, well, could be bad as well. Your data is in the computer, they know everything about you, but also it could be quick access to, for example, to your paperwork. And if you draw your blood, and then it's going on the computer right away, it's going to be, quick healing possible, or prevention going to be possible. But definitely teledoctors, remote healing, it's also possible. That is going to be like, stem cells. That's very important. Pluto in Aquarius, it's going to heal a lot of genetic diseases, autism, ADD, things like that, mental illnesses. Also, we're going to have stem cell and growing out teeth. So we're not going to need implant anymore. And I'm very happy about that. Definitely urban development, but we were talking about that. And yes, so I'm not going to talk about all, because I'm telling you guys, I wrote like 150 different kind of job possible um, jobs which is going to get on the field, and it's gonna be new. But please read about that. I'm going to give you all my research really. Just read, and if you think you know something else, or you came up with something else, just go ahead and write in the comment section below. Definitely, I hope you like it. And we're going to get into something which is going to might be scary at the beginning, because there going to be loss of jobs. As I showed you guys, I showed you how is it gonna change. I showed the graphic, right? But on the other hand, I'm also telling you it could be very, very exciting. And if we use technology and AI, for example, for the greater good, and if we learn how to use it, that is the most important, to learn how to use technology. Because if you do so, then you are ahead of the game. Always be 2 steps ahead. That's what I told my boys. So, that's very important. And I know it's overwhelming. I know we barely have time in this society, but try to be ahead, guys, and then you're going to be just fine, believe me. But I talked about holographs as well. And definitely there will be, because of gene manipulation, and also it will be like cloning. Cloning will be possible. So I would think rich people going to clone themselves, and it's gonna come in within 12 years. So it's going to be possible. And also there are going to be a lot of holograms and holographic teaching specialists also. The teacher is showing up in your room and it's just holographic. And it is just only at home, but it's teaching 100 people, but you all feel like, we all feel like connected one by one, right? And it could help also healing grieving people, because holographic images also could be used to bring back our lost ones, but also it could actually make it harder to deal with griefs as well. So, we will see how is it going to, but definitely smart classrooms all over. Architecture, engineering, tell your children to become engineering. And neuroscience. One of my son want to be right now neurosurgeon. The other one is actually studying engineering. So, and that is the future. So just work with it. Surgery going to change. It's going to be computer based, but still the doctor have to be behind to manipulate those kind of robotic hands. So it's there. And as I said, the prosthetic arms going to be incredible, because of people who get injured or trauma, or the vets who lost some limbs. They're going to be capable to run again, to live just like before they lost and got amputated. So it could be amazing change. It could be also a little bit futuristic, and we will see how we can adapt to the situation, but I hope we will adapt to it. All right, guys, so if you haven't checked out my 2025 videos and actually astrology forecast, I wrote 135, 45 pages. I also did a whole entire uh, financial astrology analysis for each individual sign. It will be ready from December 1st for each individual rising sun or sun sign. And I give you also companies to watch for when you invest, and stocks also to watch for. So I was really doing, like a lot of research. And I just got actually a complaint, my first complaint, who told, my writing looks like solar fire writing. And I have to tell you, I wrote for 8 months and I put my heart in it. All right. So it's not solar fire writing. And I tried to be as personal as I could be. right? Because of I don't see your chart. I'm analyzing the rising chart and I'm giving you like 10 or 15 kind of example, possible way to turn out or play out or unfold for you guys. So that's only I have to say over here. But if you would like to, then just, you can purchase that from me or on Lada side as well. So reach out. My website is urbanwitch.org, but you can find me on Lada's as well. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that is actually Cosmic Insight Astrology, and I do a lot of analysis. Next year going to be a lot better because I'm trying to hire people who can help me with my videos, and I'm going to actually put on 3 videos weekly, most likely. So you're going to have a lot of information. And thank you so much to be here. Let me know if you see something else. Okay, definitely we're gonna have space mining and like we are changing, but it could be soon the golden age. You just have to learn technology and how to use AI, so AI not going to take over your life. All right. Okay, thank you guys for listening, being here, and being supportive to me. And I see you soon. Bye for now.